WMAL, making sense of the vote because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
It is the Saturday morning update on WMAL. I'm Rick Fowler. There is a lot of talk of tariffs and the impact on small business. And we're joined this morning by David Pijor. He is the CEO of FVC Bank here in the Washington area. We've talked to David before, and welcome back to WMAL.
Thank you, Rick. It's good to be back.
We know that FVC Bank specializes in serving small business in the Washington area. And there are stories out this week about the impact of tariffs on small business. What do you see as the landscape when it comes to small business and the impact of the tariffs?
Well, Rick, that's certainly a very timely question. And I guess it's fair to say that it's hard to tell what the impact will be at this point. But that's significant in and of itself. Small business, as one large component of business generally in the United States, depends on certainty to make business decisions, whether to invest new capital, to expand, increase inventory, to grow its business. And the current climate has so much uncertainty involved in it. Tariffs are off again, on again. The kind of flip-flopping around what's going to happen with tariffs in and of itself lends uncertainty, which makes decision-making a little bit harder for all business, including small business. The direct impact of tariffs, it's too soon to tell, but there's certainly a concern among a lot of economists that I read and a lot of our customers at the bank that an extended period of global tariff could increase the chances of recession. Many of our small business clients are retail or consumer-based, and whether they're B2C or B2B, there's a concern that the economy pushing toward a recession will not help small business, will not help any business, but certainly small business clients of ours are concerned about the potential of the tariff impact to lead to more recessionary trends in the economy.
Tariffs, just one issue phasing small business. We've seen interest rates, they've been up, they're coming down maybe a little bit, but still high. Inflation is coming down a little bit, but prices are still set high. You've got potential supply chain challenges with the tariff situation. So how does that affect access to capital, and what do you do when you specialize in small business to address these needs of the small business community?
Well, we do a couple of things, Rick. And as you well know, community banks are the bread and butter of many of the communities in the United States. And if small business is the engine for growth of the U.S. economy, and it has been for the last 30 years, it's community banks that are the fuel for that engine. As the community bankers, we try to provide innovative financial solutions to our customers. And we do that with small business, especially by, first of all, understanding the challenges of our small business clients by getting to know them well. We are a relationship bank at FVC Bank. We build long-term relationships, which gives us the opportunity to know our business clients really, really well over multiple cycles, ups and downs. As such, we could become more than just a source of capital or payment rail. We become a trusted advisor. In times of financial uncertainty, one of the things that community banks do really well is advise their business clients on simple ways to secure their payment stream, avoid fraud. As you well know, Rick, in times of recession or even uncertainty, financial fraud, old-fashioned check fraud, and other more sophisticated kinds of fraud increase. Community banks like FVC Bank are well-positioned to help advise clients, small business clients, how to avoid or at least mitigate the risk of financial fraud. So as a financial advisor with a long-term relationship, with a lot of technology tools and other devices, we serve small businesses especially well, I believe.
You mentioned the term community bank, and we've talked about it before, but for somebody that has not, really heard the delineation of a community bank versus a different type of bank or different label on a bank, what is it specifically about a community bank?
Rick, that's a really good question. And there's no clear definition for what a community bank is. The way we define community bank, and I think the way the industry looks at community banks, is, a smaller, say, sub-$10 billion bank that's focused on serving the needs, the commercial or in some cases, consumer needs of the communities it serves. a bank where every client is big enough to be important, and a bank that still nevertheless has the tools to provide a fairly sophisticated level of financial credit and payment solutions to their customer.
So there's not only the struggle for financing in small business, but what about financial management overall?
Indeed, one of the challenges of many small businesses is not having the sophisticated suite of accountants, controllers, CFOs to help manage and forecast trends in the future generally. FVC Bank has a unique tool. We offer a tool called Business Insights, and it's much more than just standard banking. It provides our clients and business owners real-time financial data, cash flow forecasting, key performance indicators, essentially offering CFO-level analysis even without a staff CFO. Business Insights helps business owners analyze cash flow, project financial trends, and make informed decisions more profitably. That's one of several tools that we offer specifically for small business.
Now, the program is called Business Insights. Where do you see that in terms of the importance to a small business? In other words, they may have a choice of different programs to work with, but what do you see as the benefit over other programs?
Well, we find that small businesses generally struggle with cash flow management and financial planning. Business Insights is a helpful tool that can anticipate financial challenges and give them information to make data-driven decisions for their growth, comparing their data with peer data, which can be very timely and helpful, certainly in an uncertain environment. How do you manage growth in the face of uncertainty? We think Business Insights is a really helpful and very robust tool to help small businesses manage their business in ways that they may not have the capabilities without the full suite of chief financial officers, et cetera.
And with the uncertainties that we've talked about, what advice would you have for a small business owner today?
I think one of the best advice I give our banking clients is similar to the advice I gave them when I practiced law for many, many years, and that is develop a really good relationship with the bank. A relationship with the bank means not just having a 1-800 number, but having the telephone number of your banking relationship that you can call on a Sunday night when something awful happens. Small business, like all business, is rarely a straight line to success. They have ups and downs, and having a relationship with the bank that knows you, that can give good sound advice, is especially important in uncertainty. In addition, FVC Bank, like many of our peers, offers a lot of tools that help make banking safer, sounder, more secure, and provides more than just, as you said, loan and deposit services. We provide perspective because of the fact we deal with thousands of clients, small business clients every day, to advise on strategies to help mitigate some of the uncertainty going forward.
So, David, when I called you Friday, I called and I got a live body at the switchboard who transferred me to your office. I doubt that would have happened in most of the banks around the Washington area. So tell us a little more about how people can contact FVC Bank, especially small business owners.
Well, Rick, we pride ourselves in our closeness with the community, and we can be reached in a number of ways. You can call the bank directly, 703-436-3800. You can access us through our website, it's fvcbank.com. That's fvcbank.com. And we'll be happy to respond quickly and responsively to any and all requests. We love hearing from our clients, both new and prospective, and look forward to continue to serve our community.
And again, online, that is fvcbank.com. That's Foxtrot Victor Charlie. And David Piger is the CEO at FVC Bank. Thank you very much for the updates on how small business can address the tariffs and the current economic conditions. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Rick. Take care.
You too.